Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our next guest is a very talented singer-songwriter who has a new single called I Wanna. Please let me welcome the one and only Ryan Lane. Welcome to the show.
What's up, bro? How you doing? I like one and only. That's what's up.
One and only. You gotta be one and only, right?
Fact. Yes, sir.
So you've done a lot in the music industry. I mean, you've accomplished a lot. You've worked with some of the best, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, just to name a few. How'd you get your start?
Oh man, I got my start super young. I just remember being in elementary school and just gravitating towards music. So anything that had to do with the arts, I was in the glee club.
Yeah.
And from there, just anything acting, singing, dancing, anything art-wise, like I was involved. So from very young, but it really didn't take off until I would say high school when I was in the Harlem Boys Choir.
Yeah.
And I would really travel the world and meet these incredible people. So a pretty long time in the making, but yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to be in music and be in the arts?
It's so funny. When I was younger, I do remember speaking about being a pilot for some reason, like flying planes. And I remember I had a birthday theme pilot party. I remember birthday cards with like the airplanes opening up as the wings, things like that. But that was the only thing I would say, being a pilot, but that didn't last for too long.
Right. So you said, as you mentioned, you were in the Harlem Boys Choir. What did that experience, how did that prepare you for what you would continue going to do?
Man, so I love to tell this story because it's real and I remember it like clear as day. So I remember seeing the Harlem Boys Choir on TV, but I didn't really know anything about the school at all. I didn't know how big of a school it was, but in the process of that, actually during this time of year, they call it March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness, yeah.
And pretty much you like pick a high school you gotta go to, and about this time, whatever. So all the schools I wanted to go to was like a performing arts school, but the Harlem Boys Choir was like my top pick. So before I was even able to go to the school, I would go to the library, print out applications and practice how to fill it out before it was time for me to go. Mm-hmm. So by the time I got in the 8th grade, I was like, I already know how to fill it out. I already know what I'm doing. Like I've been practicing this for years. And then I auditioned, I got in, and then from there it just took off. Like I just knew that, like, yo, this is where I need to be as a Black kid in New York, Right. And then I realized I wasn't the only one. It was like 50. Well, it wasn't 50. Our performing choir was 50, but as far as like the school, it was a school of like 350 Black boys who was just like me. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it was amazing, man. Like
I'm sure that was life-changing. Yeah. And growing up in New York, a lot of talent comes from New York. You know what I mean? How did that influence your sound and your style? Would you say?
Yeah, I'm a street kid from New York, and when I say a street kid, I don't mean like I'm hanging out on the corner. Right. I mean like I was on the train by myself at like 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like going to auditions and doing things by myself. So it influenced my sound heavily. Like I hear instruments on the street, people drumming, or, the break dancers in the street. You go to Times Square, you see stuff so heavily, of course. Yeah. Like everything I do is New York. I feel like I talk like a New Yorker. I eat like a New Yorker. I walk like a New Yorker. A lot of people always think I'm not from here because like I'm more of like a nice New Yorker. Okay. But I'm definitely New Yorker, and especially from my style. Like, I've worked in retail for years in New York, so that influenced my style, of course, too. And I'm also from the West Indies, so that plays a major part in my style as well. Being a Jamaican, I was born here, but my family's Jamaican. But like all those things play a part in who I am and my style. So absolutely, the influence is ridiculous. Yeah.
Like I said, you travel the world with the likes of Whitney Houston, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, the Backstreet Boys. What were those? How was it like being in the room with those same people, performing with those people?
I don't think at that time we realized how blessed we was as kids. Cause like, at 15, 14 years old,
Right.
you backstage signing autographs and it's not like you're by yourself where it's like, oh, who can I say was a child star? Like Brandy or
Yeah.
Usher. These people was by themselves. Like we was a choir, so I don't really think we was able to take in like what we was
Yeah.
doing. But as time went on, like the school has a name for itself. So the experience alone was just, I know for me personally, I knew these people. I knew their albums. I
Right.
read the booklets in the back. I had their CDs. So for me, I was just always like, wow, this is real. But I know for a few of the other kids in the school, it was just like, we're just going on tour. This is what I always was trying to do. So I was like, nah, like this
Yeah.
is the biggest deal for me. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who we met, it was just always an experience. And I was just always in awe, like, damn, I'm just a kid from the Bronx who enjoy music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it just all panned out great.
Most definitely. And traveling the world, I can only imagine the exposure and the things you saw. What were some of your memories from then, just being young and doing all that?
Man, I just remember always being in the front, which was a good thing. Cause that means like my teachers knew I had something in me.
All right.
And then I remember going to Japan
Mm-hmm.
and at the time not eating sushi and all of that because we still young. So
Right.
we was eating McDonald's every day, you know what I'm saying? Which was crazy. And then I remember we went to Israel and, we had a chance to like visit Bethlehem and float in the Dead Sea. Like just life-changing things you wouldn't think a Black kid from the street would be doing like at
Right.
that age, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
man, I would do the whole thing all over again, to be honest with you. I would relive that whole experience because like it really changed my life. I don't think I would be the person I am if I didn't go, if I
Oh,
didn't
most
attend
definitely. Most
Harlem
definitely.
Boys. Yeah, for sure.
So we all know we went through the global pandemic. We're still going through it, but last year really hit us hard, especially up in New York, which was the epicenter at one point. How was it? How was last year for you?
Last year was a lot of different things. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like it was a gift, it was a curse. I learned a lot. Um, but I realized that I have a lot to give and I had a lot of gifts I didn't even know I could do, and things I could do. I started painting more,
Wow.
drawing and writing, just on a different level. Like I
Yeah.
really got to figure out my genius and who I am. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And then as far as like moving through the pandemic, I was still filming videos and performing and doing stuff. So I was just making it work the like best way I can,
Yeah.
performing from home, jogging in the park on the bike, just doing anything I can to keep the art alive in my eyes because it was very stressful and depressing. It really was. I'm not gonna hold
Yeah.
you, but I just made sure I stayed on top of my game. So,
Yeah. Most
I could
definitely.
be stronger after this whole thing is over.
Right. Right. And last year you also released your single "Forever."
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. In the middle of it.
yeah. Tell us about "Forever."
Forever, man. Forever is a dope record. We recorded Forever actually a couple years ago.
Mm.
We was watching an episode of Martin, and that's a classic show for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And it's just something so dope about the chemistry between Gina and Martin.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the same energy and love that my producers have, the Lady and the Tramp. Shout out to them. Two great people. You know what I'm saying? So we wrote the song on the spot, recorded the song, and then one day I got the phone call like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?" Because at this point we in like April, May in the
Right.
pandemic,
It was crazy.
everything is shut down, and I'm like, "Am I ready?" I couldn't say no, but you know, in my mind, I'm like, I've been eating in this whole pandemic, ordering Uber Eats every day.
Right.
I've been like sharpening my tools. I've been in this rut in quarantine the whole time. Like, but I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And bro, within 10 days, we filmed the video, got everything together. I had to learn the choreography on Zoom. There wasn't any stores open. So I had to style myself from my closet, had to hit my barber up. He was masked up, like 2, 3 masks, gloves on,
Yeah.
gave me a haircut. And we just made it work. We just made it work. And we made it work with what we had, you know what I'm saying? Which really made me realize that it's a bigger picture versus everything being like a glitz and glamour thing. It's
Right.
about the, you know what I'm saying? So it was amazing, man. It taught me a lot. And it really put like like some fire under my ass. Like, nah, like we got work. We got work. We got to do.
Yeah.
So I really haven't been like stopped working since.
Yeah.
Ever since April, May, I've been on Zoom interviews, on live, like, you know, performing, doing shoots in the studio recording. So it's just been an ongoing thing. So it's been a blessing in that way.
That's
but the
good.
other part of it has just been like, damn, like
Right.
I can't move how I want to, but I gotta adapt.
Right, exactly. And I can imagine getting back in the studio, like you said, in April, and having that fire under your belt again, because we were sat down for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I needed that like break. Because anybody who knows me, I'm always on the go. I'm always working. So I needed this little pandemic. I ain't gonna hold you. So
Yeah.
other than that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so this year you released "I Wanna." That's the latest single. Tell us all about that.
Yes, sir. I Wanna was actually a dope play that we was going off of a Guy song. I'm a huge fan of like that era, like 70s, 80s, 90s, like early 2000s, like
Yeah.
where I'm still playing those songs, you know. But I Wanna definitely came along. We flipped it, made it dope, and I released a performance video actually of that as well during the quarantine. I wanted to for sure do something dope and creative but different. So I went up the block, a few blocks away from my house. There's this sculpture made by this Black artist, and I was like, I would just film a video in front of this, and it's gotten great response too. So anything like that, I just been trying to keep the art alive any way I could, because it's what I'm great at. It's what I'm born to do. You know what I'm saying? So
you've been doing it since you're young, so you know what I mean. Like you were real young, so
it's like legit in my DNA at this point. Like
So what's next for you?
What's next for me, man? Everything. Look, this pandemic has definitely showed me that the sky's the limit. So I just want to do everything. I want to put my foot in some things, doing some things as far as fashion is concerned. I've been doing a lot of styling with people. I just feel like, look, I'm not just only an artist at music, but I do other things as well. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like the drawing and the painting and, you know, starting my own business, of course, I'm releasing the project. And then after I release that project, I got another project right behind that. So I just been working, man, like, and with this new project, I really believe in it. We got some really feel good vibes and good energy. I feel like if anybody knows me and they hear this music, it's going to be like, okay, he's in a bag right now, because like the energy is just different. It just makes you feel good. Like anything I do, I want to make people feel a connection with the music.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I get that for sure.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of great things on the way, and I'm just hyped because like I want to elevate at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I'm excited for you for sure.
Absolutely.
Where can everyone keep up with you?
Huh?
Where can everyone keep up with you?
Oh yes, you can find me everywhere. I am Ryan Lane, all one word. That's on Twitter, Instagram, every site, YouTube, my Facebook as well. Everything's I am Ryan Lane. And yeah, you know, I do check my DMs. I follow back. I do interact with my people as much as possible. So yeah, like please follow me. I'm a good time.
Well, look, the new single is called "I Wanna." Check him out, Ryan Lane. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And for more information, go to StephenKnightShow.com, and we will be right back after this.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.